boys and girls, are you ready for the next 2 chapters of Junie B. Jones? I'm going to read chapter 2 and 3. We had only just started Junie B. Jones chapter 1. And can you remember what had happened? They were in room 9 and they were talking about job day. And Junie B. was all upset because she didn't know what kind of a job she wanted to have. And she was getting in trouble with her friends, so she was at recess playing on her own, and she was about to pick up some candy and eat it, and the janitor stopped her. And that's about where we came in, okay? Chapter 2, The Cop and Dr. Smiley. When we came in from recess, Mrs. was clapping her hands loud together. Boys and girls, please take your seats quickly. I've got a wonderful surprise for you. Then I got very excited inside my stomach because surprises are my most favorite things in the whole world. Is it jelly donuts? I shouted. Mrs. put her finger to her lips. That means be quiet. Yeah, only guess what? Jelly donuts are my most favorite kind of donuts, except I also like the creamy kind and the chocolate kind and the kind with rainbow sprinkles on top. After that, my mouth got very watering and some drool fell onto the table. I wiped it with my sweater sleeve. Just then, there was a knock at the door. Mrs. hurried to open it. Hey, it's a cop, I hollered, very excited. The cop came into room 9. He had a blue shirt with a shiny badge and shiny black boots and a shiny white motorcycle helmet. Mrs. smiled. Boys and girls, I would like you to meet my friend, Officer Mike. Officer Mike is a policeman. Who can tell me what policemen do? I can, I called out. They arrest people. 'Cause one time some cops arrested a guy on my street, and so that means they made him take a nap, I think. Just then, that Jim I hated laughed very loud. They didn't arrest him, stupid, he hollered. They arrested him. That means they took him to jail. And so your neighbor's a dirty, rotten jailbird. Then the other kids laughed too, and so I hided my head. Yeah, only I hardly even know the guy, I just said to myself. After that, Officer Mike took off his shiny white helmet. He told us some other stuff that cops do, like give our dad speeding tickets and arrest drunk guys. Also, he let us play with his handcuffs and his shiny white helmet, except for the helmet was too big for my head, and it covered up my whole entire eyes. Hey, who turned out the lights? I said. Because that was a funny joke, of course. The other knock came at the door. This time it was a lady in a long white jacket. She was carrying a giant red toothbrush. Boys and girls, this is Dr. Smiley, said Mrs. Dr. Smiley is a children's dentist. Dr. Smiley hung up some posters of teeth. Then she talked about Mr. Tooth Decay. And she said to brush your teeth at night and also in the morning. Yeah, 'cause if you don't brush in the morning, your breath smells like stink, I said. After that, I showed Dr. Smiley my wiggly tooth. Losing baby teeth is exciting, isn't it? She asked. Yes, I said, except for I don't like the part where you cry and spit blood. Dr. Smiley made a stick face. Then she passed out minty green dental floss, and all the kids in room 9 practiced flossing. Flossing is when you pull strings through your mouth. Only pretty soon an accident happened. That's because a boy named William winded his floss too tight and his teeth and his head got all tangled in a knot. And Dr. Smiley couldn't undo him. Then Mrs. had to call janitor Speedy quick, and so he ran to room 9 and he shined his giant flashlight in William's mouth. And then Dr. Smiley got the dangerous floss right out of there. Room 9 clapped and clapped. Dr. Smiley did a bow. Then Mrs. said that maybe some of us might like to dress up like dentists or police officers on job day. Yeah, only what if you don't like drunk guys or bloody teeth? I asked. Mrs. rolled her eyes way up to the ceiling. Then she walked Officer Mike and Dr. Smiley out into the hall. That's when room 9 started buzzing very loud. I'm going to dress up like an actress on job day, said a girl named Emily. I'm going to dress up like a princess, said my bestest friend Lucille, that I hate. I did a giggle. I'm going to dress up like a bullfighter, I said. Then I ran speedy fast around the room, and I butted that mean Jim in the stomach with my head. And guess what? I didn't even get caught. That's what. Okay, let me go back. There's a picture here I missed. And this would have been with the janitor and Dr. Smiley and that William. Okay, chapter 3. Uh-oh, me and my big fat mouth. After school was over, me and my bestest friend named Grace walked to the bus together. Except for that, Grace kept on wanting to skip, and I didn't. How come you don't want to skip? She said. Me and you always skip to the bus. I know, Grace, I said, but today I've got a very big problem inside my head. And it's called, I still don't know what job I want to be when I grow up. I do, said that Grace. I'm going to be Mickey Mouse at Disneyland. I did a big sigh at her. Because there's only one, sorry, let me start over again. I did a big sigh at her. Yeah, only too bad for you, Grace, I said, because there's only one real alive Mickey Mouse, and you're not him. That Grace laughed very hard. Mickey isn't real, silly. He's just a mouse suit with a guy inside, she said. And so I just felt sickish inside of my stomach, because I didn't know Mickey was a suit, that's why. Why did you have to tell me that for, Grace? I said, real upset. Now I feel very depressed. Then I hurried up onto the bus, and I scooted way over by the window, except I couldn't get any peace and quiet, because everyone kept on talking about dumb old job day. I'm going to be a famous singer, said a girl named Rose. I'm going to be a famous baton twirler, said another girl named Linny. Then a girl named Charlotte said she was going to be a famous painter. Famous painters are called artists, she explained, and artists are very rich. After that, I felt a little bit cheerier, because guess what? Grandma Miller says I paint beautifully, that's what. Hey, maybe I'll be a famous painter too, I said. I'm going to be a prison guard, said a boy named Roger. My Uncle Roy is a prison guard, and he gets to carry the keys for the whole entire prison. Then my mouth did a smile, because one time my dad gave me a key to the front door, and I unlocked it all by myself, and I didn't even need any help. Hey, maybe I might carry keys too, Roger, I said, because I know how to use those things very good. And just then, William raised his hand very bashful. I'm going to be a superhero and save people from danger, he said. And so then I jumped up right out of my seat, because that was the bestest idea of all. Me too, William, I hollered, because that sounds very exciting, I think. And so I'm going to save people from danger too. Then that mean Jim jumped up at me. Copycat, copycat, you're just copying everybody else. And anyway, you can't be 3 jobs, you can only be 1. I made a growly face at him. I am just being 1 job, I said, very angry. And it's a special kind of job where you paint and you unlock stuff and you save people. So there, ha ha on you. That Jim made a cuckoo sign at me. Junie, he said, Junie B. Jones. There's no such job like that in the whole entire universe. Oh, yes, there is too, you big fat Jim, I yelled. And it's the bestest job in the whole wide world. He crossed his arms and did a mean smile. Okay, then what's the name of it, he said. Then the bus got very quiet, and everybody kept on waiting and waiting for me to say the name of the job, except for I just couldn't think of anything. And so my face got very reddish and hottish. and I felt like PU again. See, told ya, said that mean Jim. There is no such job. Told you, told you, told you, told ya. After that, I sat down very quiet, and I stared out the window, 'cause the sickish feeling was back inside my stomach again. That's why. Me and my big fat mouth. And we're gonna stop there. Yikes, what is she gonna be? Wait and see.